Did I just spend 10 minutes talking about Alberto as Simon? Yes. Am I gonna have to edit that? Yes. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be talking about the Shadowhunter TV show. I watched episode 1 and 2 times so I can just get a grasp of it and talk about my thoughts and feelings coherently. So first I'm going to talk about some cons and pros without spoiling things that they said in the show or things that happened. So let's get into that. So first let's start out with things I didn't like, the cons. There were some cheesy lines that made you a little cringe a little bit. That was the only problem really. Sometimes the cheesiness worked, but most of the time it was like, you need to work on the script a little bit. Then the second thing is the CGI. I understand that they don't have that much money in their budget because they are a new show, but once this show goes on for a little bit and they get a little bit bigger production value thing, then maybe they can work on the CGI, because what they need to work on is that portal. Because it was just like purple and she was not even inside of it. It just kind of just sucked her up and it was weird. It was odd. And there are certain things that they added to this plot and the characters that I'm not really a fan of. Like, I don't like Luke as a cop. Like, before the show, I was like, it's not that big of a deal, even though I did like Bookshop Luke. But then this whole cop thing was just weird, and I wasn't a fan, really. And I wasn't digging that at all. And I don't like that they created this new character, Dot. I understand that these things are going to happen and I should get over that, but she was just, I didn't like it. I liked the original bunch of people. And also, what is up with Jocelyn giving Clary a stele for her birthday present? I don't like that. That's weird in my opinion, because Clary's not supposed to find out anything from her mom. She's not supposed to know what any of this is, and her mom keeps like giving her stuff, and it's weird, and I don't know. I don't know if this is just me being like super picky about this stuff, but I thought the stele for her 18th birthday was weird. And also, what's up with that magical rock thing that conveniently helps Clary figure out everything that's wrong? It's just this big hunk of purple rock that just dangles from her neck. First of all, why would she wear that? Second of all, why does that exist? I don't know. I mean, these cons, obviously the things they added can't be worked on since it already aired, but the CGI and the cheesy lines, that can be worked on a lot. Now let's talk about some pros. I really enjoyed the cast that they chose to play all the characters. Like Dom, I mean, I can slightly hear Dom's accent in some parts, and in some parts it was perfectly fine. I don't really have a problem with that. It was just funny because you can hear that a little bit. And what I really freaking loved were the set designs, like Clary's house, apartment thing, pandemonium. I mean, the Institute was a little high tech for me. I don't remember it being like that in the books. I remember it just being a church. But this was like all high tech stuff, and it was like fancy foo-foo-ness. But I mean, who cares about that really? But I just loved all the sets. And it was just done perfectly well in my opinion, and can't wait to see more places. And also, something that I love that they added, and that they keep changing the band names. Simon's band name. is it a band if it's only 2 people? I don't know, but they keep changing it. What were the names? Champagne something and then something Panda. I don't remember, but I loved it. I loved everything about them changing names. But they're gonna run out of room on that van if they keep spray painting the names on there. Like, they need to wait until they decide. And yeah, going back to the whole casting, certain people did the part so well, and I'm gonna talk about them individually in my little spoilery section. But overall, I think I gave the show like a 7 out of 10 because, again, there were some cons, but I think they improved so much between the pilot and the second episode. If you haven't watched the second episode, you can watch it on the Freeform website. But they just improved so much within an episode because episode 2 was so funny and so much better, probably because it had a lot more Simon, but overall, just good. Yes, so let's get into that certain spoilery section. I don't know if it's a spoilery, but I'm gonna talk about specific lines. And the first, let's talk about Jace. Dom is how I kind of pictured Jace. I mean, obviously he doesn't have the golden eyes or whatever, but honestly, I don't really care about that. But I do picture Jace as Dom looks, and I was so excited. And certain things Dom didn't, how do I say this? The lines didn't come across right or something, but overall, he still did an amazing job as Jace. Clary, who is played by Catherine McNamara, she is again how I pictured. Actually, all these cast members are how I pictured all of them. I didn't really picture the movie characters when I was reading them because I was just trying to come up with my own, but then when I saw the cast for Shadowhunters, I was like, this is perfect. She did well. I think Kat is the person I've seen the most of in certain things. Well, actually, maybe not. I think I've seen Alberto in more things, even though he's only been an actor for about a year now. With the scene where she like goes back to the house after the portal and everything, and she's like on the floor crying for 5 minutes. It was uncomfortable. That was like 5 minutes, but she did a super good job, like crying. Her makeup was running. It was some good acting on that scene, if I say so myself. But again, I loved her. I think she has some cheesiness to her lines, her and the mom, Jocelyn, but again, room for improvement. Now let's talk about my favorite, Simon Lewis, played by Alberto Rosende. I'm gonna be honest, this isn't me being biased or anything because everyone knows my love for him, but I think he did one of the best jobs in the cast because he delivered his lines well. He just is physically Simon and all that stuff, except I'm pretty sure when I'm reading the books, I don't picture Simon as someone with the 6-pack. I don't know if anyone else pictured him with a 6-pack, but I pictured him this like weak little nerdy boy. But that scene before Clary meets Jace and they're just chilling in the van or whatever, and Simon like takes off his shirt to change shirts or whatever, and he's got this full-on 6-pack going on in his everything. And Clary was checking him out, and I was like, girl, I would be too, because who knew Simon would have that muscle going on, though. Anyways, I'm gonna get too carried away right now. And yes, he delivered his wines. He delivered his lines perfectly. He had the best lines. He even has the best lines in the book, so I guess that's why he's the best lines in the show too. And I loved everything about his character, him, everything was perfect. Isabel is okay. The girl who plays Isabel, Emerald, I'm not sure, but she is flipping gorgeous. You're looking at her and she is Isabel to a T, but just in general, she's just so beautiful. I'm taken aback a bit. And then the Sizzy meeting in the episode 2 is everything I wanted and more. It was weird that Simon was so hot, but look at her. I understand why he would say that. But just that scene and eating Isabel's breakfast was just everything I wanted. Everything. They were perfect. They have chemistry. And I love it so much. I can't wait for Malik to meet. I'm just saying. The whole blonde wig thing, because she grabbed the wig, she's walking out, and she's like, oh, demons dig blondes or something. And Alec was like, oh, that's platinum. And then she walks out and she's Jace, and then he's like, oh, demons dig blondes, right? Okay, we got it. Demons dig blondes. And she has the wig on, they go into Pandemonium, and right when they go into the room full of demons, she takes the wig off. What? Why? What's the point? Why was the wig needed? I don't know. That was weird, but I'm just gonna roll with the punches. Scene where Clary was had to change to go meet Simon outside of the church, and she saw the outfit, and Jace was like, yeah, Isabel's real comfortable with her body. I'm like, no, really? Did you see her outfit in the Pandemonium scene? Work it, girl, work it. How did every single demon in both episodes have the whatever these things are, this little tentacle thing that comes out? I'm not sure. And the pond scene was just really weird. I don't remember if that happened in the book or not, but I don't know. It was weird. Oh, I didn't talk about Alec. Matthew Daddario is a gorgeous human being. I'm sure everyone agrees. And he's just got this brooding, look at me and I don't care about what anyone thinks type of feel. And he was honestly the perfect casting too. But I loved him and Simon's lines so much. And they were just perfect, and he was just worried about getting approval on these missions. And also, as we're talking about casting, I personally never seen the casting for Hodge, but I thought Hodge was an old man, not a hot young blonde guy. I never saw the casting for him, so I don't know if that was a big uproar or not, but that was a nice surprise. Going back to certain scenes, when Clary was transported to the police station because she can only trust Luke and everything, I wanted it to be like the movie, where Luke saw Clary after he said that stuff about not caring about what happens to her and Jocelyn. I wanted him to see her listening. I don't know if that was just me, but I personally love that aspect of the movie. I don't remember if that happened in the book, but that's what I wanted, and they didn't pull through on that one. And I want to go to something, I think Christine and Natasha talked about this on their video talking about the pilot in the second episode, but I think this was what Christine said when Simon was singing Forever Young, which, by the way, gave me so many One Direction feels. I don't know about anyone else, but anyways, she was saying that because it was we're gonna live forever young, or whatever. She was it was alluding, foreshadowing to Simon becoming a vampire. I didn't even think of that. If that's what the writers were thinking of, Good job. And I feel like Simon becoming a vampire is gonna escalate real quickly. Like, that stuff didn't even happen till book 2. Yeah. And I want to see Simon get turned into a rat, to be honest. I was kind of looking forward to that. Rat, guinea pig, whatever the hell he was. And also, I love that they took, like, lines from the book. Like, my name's not little girl. You tell him, Clary. You tell sexy Alec. And then that scene with, Jace, Simon, and Clary after Jace holds his hand so Simon can see the Institute, and he's like, whoa, buddy, I'm not your type. And all that stuff, and they walk in, and then Simon says something about Jace, and then, about the dead body, and Claire's like, no, he's protecting us. And then Jace just puts his little 2 cents in. It's our thing. And Simon's like, you guys have a thing? Perfect. Perfect. When they were outside of the... What were they outside of? I don't know, when they were... Oh, they were outside the City of Bones because Claire was gonna go do that little mind-effing thing that they do. And Simon and Isabel were, like, talking, and Simon was saying, like, these mundane things, and Alec was like, I can't be here right now. I need to go check the perimeter or something. I just can't be here. I loved every single second of this. But what I don't understand is why Isabel is being so nice to Clary, because I'm pretty sure she was not a fan of her until, like, a while into the series. But, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, that's kind of all my opinions about the spoilery and the non-spoilery part. I just can't wait to continue on with this show, and I will definitely be doing, like, a season 1 talk thing like this. But I hope you enjoyed the show like I did. I mean, I was trying not to be super picky, otherwise I wouldn't enjoy it at all, and I really wanted to because I thoroughly love the cast. And yes, I kind of want to rewatch it because I miss Alberto. Am I the only one who thought he did the best job out of everyone? And he's only been in like 4 things. He had an episode of Blue Bloods, which I saw his parts online because I've never seen the show. He was just on Law & Order SVU, which I saw the whole episode of because that's one of my favorite shows. And I watched this short film he was in online. And now I've seen him in this, and I'm truly a fan now. I'll hope to see you in my next video. Bye!